Hey there, Internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of Movie Monday. As you can see, I'm still here in my hotel in Denver on the road. So this week I went ahead and threw on Rogue One for a rewatch while I was playing some Destiny in the hotel room last night. So definitely wasn't like super focused on the movie, but I did kind of still put together a review. This is largely more so a review of the movie back when it came out and kind of some of my thoughts of it in this new era, but I obviously wasn't doing Movie Monday back in December when this came out. So it's definitely a very fan servicey kind of movie. I think that's apparent to anybody who's seen it. If you aren't familiar for whatever reason, Rogue One tells the story of the days leading up to what we see in Episode 4, A New Hope, Star Wars. This is the crew that comes together to steal the plans to the Death Star that Leia then gives to R2-D2 and leads to everything that happens kind of in that saga. This is kind of the story behind the story a little bit. And really the biggest thing I could say for this movie that I felt walking out of it in the theaters originally was how impressed I was that this movie managed to, in retrospect, I think, make A New Hope a better movie. I think it shows us the stakes that really led to that movie. It gives us, there's definitely like fan servicey things in there. You have kind of callbacks to characters that are in the original saga, some that work better than others. Like there's one particular set of people in there where I'm like, but if you're there and this is where you are at the beginning of A New Hope, like how did you get there? Or it's possible and very easy to understand how you got there, but why were you here then? Why are you in this movie to get to? Yeah. So there are just a couple things that like were a little too fan servicey that I just didn't. They didn't add anything to the movie, and just kind of in essence actually ended up taking me out of the movie a little bit. But this is very clearly a movie made by fans of the series, made by fans of Star Wars. You can see kind of the love and care that they put into the franchise in pretty much every frame of the film. Great performances all around. It is a very kind of ragtag crew coming together kind of movie. We get to see, going back to what I was saying earlier about how we get this movie I think makes A New Hope better. In this movie, we get to see a group of rebels coming together. They are not yet a rebel alliance. There is infighting among the rebels, and this movie and the events of this movie bring people together, bring that group together, so that when we do see them in Episode 4, that's probably really the first time we're seeing them as the rebel alliance. They're not, they're still new to all of this. They've been doing more insurgent kind of warfare up to this point, and the attack on the Death Star that we see is really obviously the biggest thing, the biggest kind of operation they've ever even attempted to run, and we get to see a little bit more of how really they are super underdogs here. And of course, it also the biggest thing that I think this does to really lead into A New Hope, and why I think it strengthens A New Hope in retrospect, is it explains away the often mocked like magic exhaust port weakness of the Death Star by saying it was there by design. It was there as a plant all along. The guy has kind of been forced to work on it kind of against his will and taken from his family and everything, so he strived and worked tirelessly to create this flaw in the system that could be exploited and could bring about its destruction. So, it's really well done, I think. There's a lot of great action in there, lots of great characters, and an all-around good time. I don't necessarily know where I would rank it among the whole rest of the saga. I'd have to definitely put some more thought into that. Maybe I'll do that as a video in the coming weeks, kind of ranking the Star Wars movies. But it definitely, I mean, if nothing else, it works as a great movie to throw on and play in the background while I'm playing some Destiny. Yeah, I like some great standout performances in there and just all around good fun. So those are my thoughts on Star Wars Rogue One, or Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Let me know what you thought about the movie in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. You can read my full written review of Rogue One over at TrevorTrove.com or at the link in the description below. And as always, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.